Hey YouTube, Team RWBY is back together in RWBY Volume 6.
Yeah, and you could watch it only on Rooster Teeth.
For free.
For free?
Nothing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Always Open. I am your host, Barbara Dunkelman, also known as Burp Burp Dunkin' Snack to some people, and I got some lovely, lovely, lovely human beings with me this week. First up, this little guy.
It's me, Patrick Matthews.
Uh-oh, he stole your.
What the fuck?
Oh shit!
I mean, it
Started
Is
over.
that my? Is this my?
That's you.
I'm Hannah. I didn't say it's me.
I'm pissed. It's me, you motherfucker.
We got this guy.
Yikes!
Yikes.
We got all these little beauties with me
Get
today.
out of here. It's okay. You're the only person that I would allow.
I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I was on the spot. I didn't know if I was supposed to say my own name.
This is actually Always Open. It's
It's a different show.
people get messed
Ugh,
up.
just across the board.
Welcome back, guys.
Yay!
See what you did there? I didn't even get it.
Sometimes my jokes just are so good that they just.
No, it was
like
it
very
slid right in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, you don't even realize it's a joke.
But then when you do,
Well,
It's been a while, Patty.
it has. It has.
What you been up to?
I've been just like eventing, mostly like working.
Horkin.
Yeah. It's our slow season right now though, so I've just been having a really good personal life.
Can you tell me the difference between working and working?
Working is when you kind of fake it. Yeah, so you're just like, I have my notes open a lot and I'll pretend to send an email. I'll just be like, Patrick, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. And then
Send
I'll like,
that email to yourself.
to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
send it. Yeah. So that's the difference.
Is this a bad time to tell you that Matt Hullum watches every episode of Always Open?
Currently watching.
Well, I mean, I don't do it. Did I say I did it? Did I just say that I did that? Yeah, I don't do that.
I feel like everyone horks from time
Every
to
now
time.
and again,
I only
yeah.
work. I never work.
Both.
Really?
Yeah. I spend my whole time working.
Wait.
Hannah, how have you been?
Good.
Couple months since
It
you've been on?
has. I was saying before we started that I have not worn fake eyelashes since the last time I was here. They're just as heavy as I remember. But no, I've been good. We've been working on the doc that just came out.
Yay! Congrats.
We did it.
Yeah, very
we
good.
did it. So that just came out not too long ago, and that was really fun, and really proud of the whole team who worked on it. So it was a good time.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
Well, and only you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not Gus.
Yeah.
we'll just not tell Gus.
He gets
We'll
enough
tell him.
praise.
Yeah, he gets praised constantly. I need the affirmation.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's that. I've been working on that, so it's been good.
Yay!
Same old same.
Well, I'm very happy to have you guys.
Yeah, glad
thanks
to
for
be
having
here.
So we're going to start things off with our cheers to that segment because we could all use some more positivity in the world.
Always.
So I'll start. Me and Trevor are going on our first ever couples vacation
Aw.
in a couple weeks. We're going to Cancun.
Boom, baby.
Yeah. I've only been to Mexico once, and it was for Brandon Farmahini's wedding. So we went to Monterrey, Mexico for that.
Great.
Didn't really get to experience the country or the city very much. But this time we're going to Cancun, which I hear is an amazing place.
That's awesome.
How long are you there for?
4 nights and 5 days.
Ooh.
Which I feel like
break.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the
Good time.
perfect vacation
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah.
Not too short, but you won't get sick of it by the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although I doubt I could ever.
You ever get sick of vacation? Yeah.
Especially if
But
you're,
sometimes you just want to be home in your own bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it is really nice just laying on the beach, just drinking and eating and,
And I
doing
haven't
nothing else.
I haven't had a proper vacation like that. Like I've been to for RTX when we
Right,
go to London
afterwards.
or
Yeah.
whatever, and staying a couple days and exploring the city. But to me, it doesn't feel quite like a vacation because you were there for work and then you're just extending to see the city a bit.
Right, and you're sightseeing, you're not really just relaxing.
Exactly.
Yeah, the next thing I want to do is definitely beach nothingness.
Oh yeah.
I
love
think,
beach
I think this is
nothingness.
legit
My favorite
the
vacation.
first time I'm going on one since starting
A real
at Rooster
vacation.
Teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
cheers. Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers
Oh,
to
right.
you.
Yeah, that's
Barbara.
cheers to
What
that.
are you drinking? You drinking a bloody
What's
over there?
over
What
there?
This is a vodka punch.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is delicious.
It's really good.
Whatever I've got. What is this? This is delicious. Whatever it is.
I don't know.
Vodka sour.
Wait,
Ooh.
what's this?
Oh, it's so good. It's like a Jolly Rancher, but not as sweet. It's nice. It's like an actual tart. It's
Texas
lovely.
spoils us.
Yeah, I feel very spoiled.
What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? Gin and soda.
Gin and soda.
Just straight vodka.
Just vodka.
He knows what I need.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Anything happiness and
My dog successfully
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 got spayed.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
And no complications. It's been 10 days.
Excellent.
It's all good.
That's
Hungry.
good.
She's so cute.
Good.
Do you have to wear
so
the cone?
I took it off of her already. Okay. She had to wear it for a couple of days.
Did she eat it?
But I took this really cute picture of her in a hoodie.
I saw that. I liked it.
Wait, it was like tie-dye,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, she's so cute.
So my dog rocks.
Was after you picked her up from the vet, was she just like completely out of it?
She was surprisingly not. She was just
really?
like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? And the vet was just like, yeah, she hasn't been like itching or anything. She didn't act like she had it at all.
Wow.
Yeah, when we got home, I put the cone on her, but when I took it off, she never licked it or even noticed it was really there.
Wow.
So
What a good girl.
she's a good girl.
She's a good girl.
I gave her some Benadryl to make her chill, though.
Well, that helps.
She also has allergies, and the doctor said I could do it.
Okay, I was
The
gonna be like,
veterinary said I could do it.
Was
They gave
that
me a
allowed?
list.
I don't know
Yes.
what you
Encouraged?
can't give
Is
dogs.
They can take
allowed?
1 milligram per pound of body weight.
oh, okay.
She weighs almost 50 pounds, so I gave her 2.
50 pounds.
They're 25 milligrams each.
I have not seen her recently.
Yeah, she's like 45.
She's a big dog.
Big old girl.
6
I
months
remember
old.
when I went and picked up Oliver from when he got his thing, and he was just like, he's so tiny too, so he was just like,
Was the cone the size of his body?
I mean, yeah, he had a tiny little cone, which was pretty
Oh,
cute.
so cute.
But then afterwards, after he was healed and whatnot, it was, I don't know, boy dogs are so weird because they take their balls and then they just have this little coin purse. Just flick it every once in a while.
Does it ever like go away? Or is it
Yeah,
always-
yeah. It's like
It eventually
gone.
absorbs.
Yeah, it's like sunk back in. But
I wonder if that would happen with humans.
Whoa, we should try it.
Like if
you,
you,
like,
Well,
Lie
you, like,
down.
if you like remove the balls and then like the
but left the
pouch,
sack, if it would like.
sack just like.
Well, I
I'm
guess
sure
if you were a baby and then you grow into it, like.
Well-
Probably not as a full-grown adult.
like as an adult.
What do you think, Anna?
I'm not.
Do you think the sack would go away or?
I
stay?
don't think about those things often, so I couldn't venture a guess.
Honestly, it's all I think
Honestly.
about.
All you think about.
When I'm quirking,
I wake
when
up
she's
when
working.
I'm horking, I'm like,
usually
where does the
Googling,
sack go? Where
"Where's
would
this-
it go?
Where would it go?
Does it just hang low?
If you
Can't
had to
say.
have, all right, you can't participate in this.
Wow.
It's fine.
Okay.
Hey,
You
I
had
can
to
take
have
that.
either a penis or balls. You have to have one of them. What would you choose?
Penis.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why would you want the balls?
Just because it's less. There's
Why
less,
would you want
They're the
balls?
worst part.
That's-
I'm
Yeah,
not saying
would
I want the
imagine.
balls.
Yeah,
I
I'd imagine that's the
I would
less
also,
pleasant part.
But it's just like how much surface area is going on.
But people sit on their balls. Like, I've heard that.
Well,
That's a
yeah.
common complaint from
could-
Tyler Coe that he sits on his balls. I don't know how fucking heavy they must
Mine-
be to constantly sit on.
Yeah, mine aren't that low, so I don't sit on them.
But I don't know. I just feel like they would get like with a penis. Maybe you can. I don't know what you can do with
I wish we had the
Move it
ability
around?
to
I don't know.
do polls on the show. So,
Yeah.
If we did
Tell
it live.
us.
All right, broadcast
would
who here
you-
sits on their balls?
No one volunteered.
I
to
know,
answer.
we got
Cody
someone.
sometimes.
We got a few. I don't really want to tell you.
That's fine. I don't really need to know that from them. So I'm
I
all right.
do. Please let me know.
Send her an email
Email.
after this. Well, cheers to
Cheers
that.
to that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're being responsible
For your
Cheers.
post.
Oh,
not
right,
for the
right,
balls.
right.
Yeah,
And
that
also balls.
side. Yeah. Well,
Hey, why not?
Dana,
sitting
you
on
had
it.
a lot going. You did the doc, which I know we touched on
yeah,
earlier,
yes.
but
We
it was
cheers to
really,
that.
really, really good.
Thank you.
I remember we watched it at your place this past weekend, and like halfway through it, I almost forgot what I was watching, and I was like, "Holy shit! I can't believe I'm watching something that Rooster Teeth made."
Oh, like you thought it was something.
Yeah, it just like it was.
I don't want to
just-
say professionally made, but
No,
you know what
yeah,
I mean, like,
it's-
Yeah, just like not in our
Not
wheelhouse,
comedy,
you
yeah.
know,
it's
not like-
it's different. It's
Yeah.
a different, it's very serious,
Yes.
and it's very. I think it's a side of Gus that a lot of
Right.
people have not seen.
Yeah.
He's very open, and I would say very giving with himself and his family. He was really very vulnerable, I think, and we were all super appreciative of that. So I think that's also part of it too. Is
Yeah.
it's Gus being extremely serious
Right.
and thoughtful, and not that he's not in other things, but
Yeah.
it's also very vulnerable, showing that side of you and your family, and
For sure.
Definitely.
he asking his family to participate like that was a huge deal. So
well, you're
I
putting
think that
yourself out
was-
there in a very
Yeah.
kind of hot topic right now, and kind of very like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's polarizing.
polarizing situation,
Yeah.
especially with everything going on these days.
Definitely.
With
Yeah.
just the government and the way people view all the different issues going on. I was gonna say that it's kind of very surprising that Gus would put himself out there like that, because he's typically a very private person, and seeing that side of him was really kind of refreshing.
Yeah, he talks about how he's generally very closed off, and a lot of it is, I think through meeting his family, you get context for kind of why Gus is sort of the way that he is. But it was definitely a huge, he took a lot of it took a lot of confidence and trust for him to do that. So we were very appreciative, and I think it shows in the doc just how giving he was with us. So
By the time this episode comes out, I believe it'll be first only.
I think so.
It's free for a week when it first came out, so we wanted as much people to watch as they could. But now, if you're not a first member, highly suggest you sign up so you could watch it. It's a very well-made documentary, very interesting, very eye-opening. So yes, definitely check it out.
Thanks.
And Hannah did a wonderful job.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
So proud of you.
Oh, thanks, guys. But on that same note, I have a small cheers to that when you were there watching the doc in my house, we have two, I said I'll never talk about anything. One other time I was here, I talked about my cats, my foster cats, but I'm going to talk about them again.
Well, they're different foster
They're
cats
different
this time.
fosters, yeah. I've had more fosters since then. So right now we have 2 black cats, and they were there while you were there. One of them fell asleep in a pair of overalls that just had like flopped.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was ridiculous. So cute.
Just like not fair.
They just passed out. They are honestly, I've said I've fostered over like 50 cats, and they are pretty much up there. They're the closest I've come to foster failing, where like I've considered adopting them.
Wow.
But then I wouldn't be able to foster, so I was trying really hard not to. And so yesterday I posted in the classifieds part of Slack, which I felt weird. I was like, who wants some cats, basically, to all my
Usually it's like,
coworkers.
I got a couch I'm
Yeah,
selling.
people were like, it was like furniture and like all kinds of
Some old clothes.
Yeah, actually, and I was like, here's some animals. Who wants them? But the good news is, I think I'm not going to name them in case anything. I don't want to jinx it, but there is someone here, and if they have adopted them, they're supposed to adopt them on Friday. Someone here who's going to adopt them.
And I think this person was even saying like they were looking for 2 black.
They were looking for 2 black cats. He had talked to me a long time ago, being like, whenever you get 2 black cats, let me know. And I was like, these 2 are perfect. You need them. And I think he's going to take them. So maybe by the time this comes out, we'll have a picture of him with these 2 kittens.
That would be wonderful.
But so they have a home. So I'm really happy.
Yay!
So,
Cheers to
cheers
that.
to that. Yay! Yay, cats again.
Also, like to Hannah, who's like the epitome of Snow White
Oh no.
in human form.
Saint Hannah.
No. I love those cats. It's a very selfish pursuit because it means I just have perma kittens all the time.
Oh, it's true.
So yeah, I just have kittens every all the time,
true.
and I have them. I mean, I've had some adult cats like when I've had mothers with babies. So occasionally I'll have adult cats, but it's almost always kittens.
Okay.
So, but fostering is wonderful and important, but also very hard. So I always feel like I have to caveat it because it's really fun and it's wonderful having kittens all the time, but also like most of the time you get them, they can be sick because they're very little.
You have to be prepared for it.
You have to be prepared.
It's the same way if you're gonna have kids or
Yeah.
anything like that. You have
It's
to know
a
what you're
responsibility
in for.
and a commitment. So
I didn't
But yeah.
realize when I got that puppy that it was going to be so much work.
Did you really not?
I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be up a couple nights, whatever. Like she'll
Really?
be cute, and then I was just like a weekend. I was like, this is like a nightmare. Like,
Oh, really?
But
this
you
is
love
so much
her.
work. Oh, I love her.
Oh,
so
yeah.
much. Yeah.
I've
You
never
really,
seen you. Yeah.
I know. You like. I feel like your
turned into a
heart.
different person.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
You're
heart
so
grew
sweet.
like
Yeah, truly
10
the
million
Grinch.
times.
She
Yeah.
changed me. She changed
He has to
me.
love something other than himself.
I know. It finally happened at
I'm not ready for that.
30-something.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like me and Trevor have talked about like eventually down the line when after we've lived together for a bit and have been together for a couple more years, like we want to get a puppy or a dog at
Yeah.
least together. But it's like it's almost like discussing having a child together.
Oh, yeah.
Like we need to be responsible about this. Like we're traveling a lot right now. It's not the right time in our life, and I think a lot of people get pets and animals when they're not.
Yeah.
Ready.
Prepared.
Yeah.
But then some people grow into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was totally like, I've been wanting to do it for so long, and it was finally I was just like, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I wasn't ready for as much as it was. But
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And I think
it's rewarding.
there's a difference between not expecting the level of commitment, but being prepared. Like I think you're definitely prepared. Like anything that came up you weren't ready for, you dealt with and
I
adapted.
knew I would have because I
Yeah.
do travel a lot. I knew I would have my roommates to watch it, and like I have got
Yeah,
that
that's
support
good.
system, and my mom's in town, so she can check in on her.
good.
So yeah, it's all good, but it is a lot of sleepless nights. You're just like, oh, you want to go to the bathroom again? Because we just did that 2 hours ago.
Well, guess what?
We're going again. That's the beauty of cats. They will do it on their own.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
But
I should get a litter box.
every time I'm here, I'm just going to talk about animals
I
and
love
cats.
it. You should. You are literally the Snow White of Rooster Teeth.
I wish, but I'll take that. That's very
No,
sweet of
you
you.
are.
That's
Yeah,
very sweet.
You definitely are.
I'm just gonna come into Hannah's like office one day and she's just gonna be like,
Birds just coming
Also
everywhere.
fostering
There's
birds
actually-
now.
It's funny that you say that because there, that video that I did a long time, almost a year ago, the Hannah Can't
Cat.
Catch.
a year ago?
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I wrapped it up in like December or January.
Gotcha.
But in one of the videos, you can't really hear it, but she's just sitting there. She goes la la la, and then I just like chunked something out of her face.
It's true. I was singing. I don't know why.
Just singing.
Yeah, just.
I was like, not today, Hannah.
Not today.
Ruin the
Not
happiness.
today.
Yep.
All right,
Well,
you want to get into these?
yeah.
What are we doing?
What's today?
We're doing some fun stuff. So we're actually going to try out a new game.
Ooh.
So I found these things called conversation dice at a store recently, and basically you roll 3 dice, and they have words or whatever it is, descriptors on them, and then you have to think of either a story or a question or a prompt through those things.
Okay.
And my favorite part of it is that I'm going to call it Dice Breaker.
She was very excited about that.
Nice.
We all groaned,
I love it.
but look how happy she is.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Why not? It's me, bitch.
Whoa! What if that's the best die?
I did mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's
All
okay.
right.
Ooh,
How many
what
do
do
I?
the colors mean?
I got it.
Wait.
Boom.
Boom,
Okay.
baby.
How many? 3, right?
3. I'm going
Yes.
to take this one out.
Oh, okay.
All
I was
right.
like, what's that mean?
I'm gonna put these.
All right.
Picking up 3.
I'm gonna give him a shake. I'm gonna put him right there. Home, next step, gratitude.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so home immediately, I think of my parents. Next steps. So, I mean, I can talk about something that's kind of currently going on. I think I mentioned it a little bit last week, but my parents opened a coffee shop
Yeah.
in my hometown, which has been both super satisfying but also terrifying at the same time, because it's kind of a next step for them. And my dad he sold his previous business and was like, this is what I want to do.
You guys had a farm?
We were farmers.
You still have it?
No, we sold it. No
Wow.
more dairy, yeah, which is kind of weird going back home and like my parents, like I grew up in the country. Like I grew up riding 4-wheelers and like, you know, walking everywhere and like being surrounded by dirt and whatnot. So it's so weird to go back home now and they live in like a town. Like there's like
city.
yeah, and I'm just like, it's so weird to me. But anyway, so yeah, like home, next steps, gratitude. I'm just like super thankful that we have such a strong family unit that we can do something
Yeah.
like this and like not be torn apart about it.
And you've been so helpful to them. Like you went home for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go home. Every time I go home,
Yeah.
I like, we opened in July, and so every time I go back home, I try and stay for an extended amount of time, like a week and a half to 2 weeks, and I'm literally there just like making lattes and shit. So if you ever find yourself in Plainview, Texas, you want to get a coffee, I might be there making your coffee.
It's possible. Did you already say the name of the place?
It's called the Creamery.
Ooh.
It's also like a little ice cream shop too. So just
Super cute.
all the things that are cream, you know,
Nice.
That should be their
Get
slogan.
creamed.
all things that are cream.
all
like
things that
it
are cream.
creamed.
But yeah, so that's what I think about. I'm very gratitude and very grateful for my parents for still being like
Yeah, that's
role models and wanting to be like, you know what, this is a scary thing, but we're gonna do it.
It's also, yeah, it's a huge step to like when
Yeah.
you've been doing something in your life
Yeah.
for your entire life and then like decide to change courses.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a testament to it's never too late.
Yeah.
Right.
So many people write
Yeah.
in and they're like, oh, I'm 25 or I'm
Right.
30 and I took this course in school or I'm doing this profession and I realize I don't like it anymore. Like
Yeah.
it is never too late.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is that like, I mean, my parents are still young, but they're not, you know, they're not in their 20s. My parents are in their 60s now, and they were like, this is like, what else are we gonna do? You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of now or never, and I applaud them for taking such a huge risk, but they were kind of like, you know, who else gets to say that they get to do something like this? So we're very like grateful for the opportunity.
That's
so.
awesome. Well,
There we go.
I do miss you when you leave to go
Yeah.
home. So
Well, I try and stay here as much as I can, but I definitely need to go and
Sorry.
help them out when I
Yeah.
can.
Sucking them down.
Well, they're very lucky.
Sorry.
very lucky.
Thanks. I'm gonna put these back in.
Ooh.
These are burned
All right,
dice.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right, mix them up.
I've been very unlucky. I tested out a couple before the show, and I've been very unlucky.
You got like
Oh,
2 man
All right.
bucks.
Delight, inherit, superpower. Oh, I guess it could be like, what would make you really happy? What superpower would make you really happy
To inherit. Yeah.
Ooh.
So like something that your parents would also have.
Oh, that changes
You have to
everything.
inherit the power from them.
What if like they each had 2 different powers and
Ooh.
I,
Get both of them.
because you know how like that happens in superhero movies?
Yes.
I just like every time people bring up like powers and superpowers and stuff, I always go to shape shifting.
Ooh.
Because I think that would be such a cool one. Because technically, I don't know, like I go far with it. It's probably a little too far, like shapeshift into a bird so you could fly.
Yeah.
or shapeshift into, I don't know, maybe a president and make certain decisions.
Maximum power.
Or just like, someone else at work and find out company secrets and stuff like that.
You're thinking living things, because I was thinking like I would shapeshift into this table and like see what people say about me when I'm not here.
Oh, I was like, where is that going? I couldn't tell where you were just
Let
like,
people put their drinks on my back.
Yeah.
It's nice and cold.
I immediately thought of like inanimate objects. I was like, what could I would be that duck.
The duck.
The duck.
Oh, also,
I was like, what duck?
So the duck might not be with us after this.
Oh,
because,
no, don't do that
we're
to
filming this before Extra Life.
Yes.
And Extra Life is coming up this coming weekend. By the time you're watching this, it'll have happened. Hopefully, we raised a lot of money and we had a good time. But we want to give away some stuff, possibly from the set. Maybe do some. That we have a steamroller that we're going to be using. Maybe steamroll some stuff.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about maybe we should part with one of our ducks because it's such a staple of our set.
I love the duck so much.
We also have the small one up there. Maybe we could part with the
Maybe
small
the
one.
little guy.
We'll see.
Let's part
It's
with
for a
Patrick.
good cause.
You know what? Give me away.
You know what? Steamroll me, baby.
You know what? I'm going under that steamroller.
I like to be crushed.
No.
Isn't that a fetish? People like to be like crushed,
Probably.
like
Yeah.
like
I don't
weight
think-
on.
yeah.
I don't want to go back to the balls, but there's definitely people who like to get stepped on.
Step on.
Oh, ouchie patouchie.
That would be my superpower.
Stepping on balls.
Just the ability to
6-inch heel right on your
step on
testy.
all balls.
That's,
I'm just kidding.
I don't.
I don't like that.
What would you guys have if you had a superpower? If you inherited a superpower.
If I inherited a superpower from my mom, well, I already did. It's a lot of empathy. We both cry a lot.
I inherited apathy. I'm like your yin and yang, yeah.
Yeah, you're like her nemesis.
I care of nothing.
I've always said I wish I could like transportation, like being able to like transport or like
Teleportation?
teleportation.
Oh, teleportation.
I was like, cars.
You know, just like
I'd love to
ride
be
the
a bus.
I was like, I don't know.
teleportation.
Taxi?
Yes.
Yeah.
That or like I go between that and invisibility mostly because I think like I just want to go different places. But if I was invisible, I'd still have to like get on a fucking plane, and then if I was
Yeah, I don't like
invisible,
flying.
I would
Like, where would you sit?
I would have to
Someone
stand
would
for
sit
like
on
12
you.
hours.
Well, no one would yell at you for not having your seatbelt on.
That's true, but what if
That's
I
not
get
safe.
turbulence?
That's not
It's not
safe.
safe.
True.
I'd rather just transport myself.
Transport.
So I'm gonna buy a plane ticket.
Would you guys want the ability to read minds? I go back and forth on
I was
it.
thinking about that.
I feel like I would get very upset.
Honestly, I'll
Yeah.
take any superpower.
not
These all
picky.
sound great.
Just fuck me up, man.
I think psychic would be rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd never thought about shapeshifting before. That's so funny because I'm always like, I would love to fly. Like,
Yeah,
I know
it's
that
like
it's
the
not the
go-to.
cool one, right? I know like I can't rob banks and I can't do any of this, but like I could fly around. If I could shapeshift,
Yeah.
I could be a bird. I never thought about
yeah,
that.
And you could be, you could go.
Yeah.
You could go
I'm into
underwater.
it.
You
Yeah.
could like do all kinds of things.
And you could pretend to be other people or objects.
But teleportation would be super cool. Like I'm in France right now. Like
Right.
just like
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't like flying, so that's a big appeal
Yeah.
to me.
Just like BRB guys,
Yeah.
go to Versailles.
I'm gonna go to
real
sleep
quick.
in my bed and then I'll be back.
I'm gonna go get a baguette.
Baguette.
I come back with a beret. I'm French.
When I was in a long
bump.
distance relationship, I remember I used to think like, God, I wish like teleportation or even those. I played Portal a lot as a kid too, so I wish like I had a portal gun and my significant other had a portal gun. You could just visit each other whenever you wanted. Sucks.
One day.
Yeah, portal gun would be cool.
Maybe.
That would be really cool.
Do you guys see that Facebook is coming out with this new thing called Portal? And it's literally just a gigantic like iPhone that you FaceTime with.
What?
And that's all it is.
It's like an iPhone that only does one thing.
Yeah. It's basically just like a video like conferencing.
But everyone has the ability to.
I know, I don't
Video
get it. I don't
call.
get it,
I get it.
Facebook.
But if you pay more
a risk.
money, you can get the same thing.
Right.
But it's separate.
Sometimes things are more
Expensive are worse.
worse.
What is this quote? What?
From a wonderful web series called
really
The
funny.
Adventures of Caleb Gallo.
The something gay life of
The fabulous,
fabulous gay life.
Yeah.
fabulous
Oh.
gay life of Caleb Gallo.
You guys were watching that in your office?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you were
Yeah.
telling me about that.
She got us on it.
I was like, everyone needs to watch this fucking show. There's this amazing character named Freckle on it, and she is just. She
So
has
funny.
this great line where
Sometimes.
she's talking about these like super great sheets that
Expensive
expensive
sheets.
sheets
Expensive
that she bought.
sheets, yeah.
And
Somebody touches them.
and they're
And
like
they
touching
suck.
them, and they're like, but they're not even soft. And she turns around, and she's like, sometimes things that are expensive are worse.
It was very strange how all three of you
Yeah.
said it in unison. And I'm like,
It's great.
the best line in.
should I know
ever.
this?
You should watch.
Anyway.
All right, who's going next?
Wants to roll that die.
I can go.
Please.
I'll go.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work out in your favor.
That's ominous. In what way?
May the odds be ever in your
Ooh.
favor, Miss Hannah.
Oh God. Okay. Colleague, baby steps, desire.
Ooh, Hannah, what does
this
this
one
mean?
could be trouble.
Hannah, what could this mean?
You had any
Hannah?
desires for colleagues and you took baby steps to tell them?
You missed it. You missed
I went like this toward Meryl. No, I feel like that did set me up for failure a little bit.
You
but-
can re-roll one if you want.
No. I think baby steps, colleague, desire. I think it could be just, for me, I would say, this is like a really boring answer, but taking steps, baby steps with my coworkers to do things that I'm passionate about. Like you, me, and Jessica and Mariel were just talking about recently, trying to do things like, even if it's just like nights where we get together and we cook meals together and spend time just like hanging out and not worrying, like thinking about work, just doing things that will be fulfilling and gratifying for us like as friends. So I would say like taking baby steps, like we're going to the gym, like we were talking about, like, which isn't.
We're like, we should focus on our health.
Yeah,
this year.
just baby steps with my colleagues to do things that I would desire to do, like be healthy or happy or watch movies that I enjoy. I also love board games,
Yes.
which is well known. So after we watched the doc, we played Mysterium, which was really, really fun. So I think too, for me, it's a lot of like, I want to have more board game nights with my friends and my coworkers. So that is the wholesome answer, I think.
Great.
Good job.
Thank you.
I
can make anything
love
wholesome.
board games.
They're so
Me
good.
and Eric, who's one of our producers, we have been playing a game called Concept, which I'm going to do a terrible job at explaining this. It's basically charades with pictures. So there's a board that has a bunch of symbols, and everyone has like a cheat sheet of what all the symbols could mean. So like there's something like a picture of a group of people that could mean like family or type of person or group of person.
Cool.
And like you'll have a word or a phrase that you have to get everyone to guess. So it could be as simple as like princess, and so you could put like a little peg on woman and a little peg on like occupation and like get people to guess what it means. Or you could have a phrase like last one bites the dust.
Oh, wow.
And you have to get people to guess it.
That sounds like fun.
That's really
It's
cool.
very
Do that.
fun.
Yeah, it's
Play
kind of similar to Mysterium,
Yeah.
kind of very much of like, here's these clues that I'm trying to lead you towards a certain thing. And poor Hannah's boyfriend
Dan.
was our ghost who was like leading us to this like murder mystery, and we were just berating him the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
We were just like, what kind of fucking clues are these, ghost?
Bad job.
suck.
No, but it's interesting because it's all very vague. It's just
Yes.
kind of up to interpretation. The images are extremely just strange and amorphous and
Creepy.
sometimes creepy. And so it's just interesting seeing how people's minds work and seeing like, oh, that's what you were trying to get out of that clue? I did not get that.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how many people like their brains just work
Yeah.
in different ways.
Yeah.
It's super interesting.
Fun.
Yeah.
I've just been playing Betrayal on House on Haunted Hill.
I heard that's
That's a
great
good one too.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I got another one, Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. Which is the same one, but it's with Baldur's Gate. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's
I
Dungeons and
don't,
Dragons.
but I like
It's a
hearing
Dungeons and
you
Dragons
say it.
town. Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that's very
So yeah, it's all fantasy based. Because like in the other one, it can be
Yeah.
aliens, it could be a dragon, it
Yeah.
could be whatever.
Zombies.
But this one's like, there's a dragon.
That's awesome.
It's a wizard.
That's really cool.
Like watch out. So
Very cool.
I love board games.
Yeah, me
time
too.
for you
Well,
to-
we're all gonna have to play now.
I know.
We've all said this.
Well, we're kind of playing a game.
yeah, we
That's
got
true.
it.
game?
Doing it right now.
Oh, yeah, put my 3 away.
Okay. Oh, I don't know where mine.
Oh, I put him up.
Okay, thank you.
We got you. Blow on it. There you go.
Sorry.
Good luck.
Vegas, baby.
All right, war motto future.
Wow. War is the motto for the future.
Yeah, I
That's
think
maybe if
that
it's
speaks for
depending on
itself.
how today goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're filming this on November 6th.
war
so
motto
election night.
future. So what would our war motto be
in the ooh.
Take
for our
back-
upcoming war?
The titties.
Take back the titties.
Take the tits back.
Taking those titties back.
I've already done the terror one. I don't know. This one's
You can re-roll.
Yeah.
this one's kind of loaded.
You want to re-roll?
Let's just re-roll war, right?
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motto for future is still war.
War.
Again. It was war again.
Peace.
Peace.
The opposite.
All right, so then
Peace
that's
motto
when
future.
the election goes in our favor, whoever's favor that could be.
Listen, man, ever since 2016, I've learned not to get any hopes up in any sort of way
Okay.
for anything.
That's okay.
All right, so what's our peace motto for the future? Like,
Please, just more Wasn't that the last time?
kittens.
More kittens.
More
Yeah.
kittens.
Wasn't it just I wanted more kittens all the time?
More kittens.
People
I feel
can't
like-
be unhappy when they're holding a kitten.
I feel like everyone's motto should just be, you do you.
you know
That's
what?
a good one.
Don't worry about what other people are doing.
Yeah.
If it's not at least if it's not hurting anybody.
Yes.
You do you.
Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Your family.
Oh, there it goes.
And then we can have peace in the future.
And then we could have peace.
I think just peaceful futures is a nice thought.
You know what? There was this, when I used to work in this movie theater, there was a little thing in the bathroom that said, if everybody would just sweep their own front porch, the world would be a clean place.
Oh,
Wow. That's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know whose front porch the subway
But I'll
stations
tell
in
you
New York City.
But they're not sweeping them.
Oh no.
that's true.
I don't sweep my porch.
Well, that was nice. That was fun.
Yeah, these are great.
This was a good thing.
We worked out okay.
There's one down there. Don't forget it.
All right, so before we move on to our next segment, I would like to tell you about some fine underpants and other clothing objects from MeUndies. Shout out to MeUndies for sponsoring this episode of Always Open. This is the year that you could finally tackle your holiday shopping early, and guess what? You could get everything you need for you and your loved ones at MeUndies. MeUndies uses the coveted micromodal fabric, which is 3 times softer than cotton. If you've never felt this fabric, get ready to experience pure bliss in underwear form. It's true. You could get any style that is perfectly suited for you. Men and women can each choose from 4 different cuts. I got two new pairs last week actually on Always Open, and they were spooky themed. And jack-o'-lanterns. And there was one I think is my new favorite, has sloths on it.
Cute.
Yeah. We need one with kittens.
Ooh, I bet if they haven't already,
There's a market.
There is a
They
market
might.
for that.
So this holiday season, MeUndies will be releasing a new print every Tuesday, maybe kittens. That means you'll have no excuse not to celebrate the holidays right down to your very core. But why stop at undies? This year, MeUndies is launching their holiday prints in lounge pants and onesies as well. You got some lounge pants.
I do.
Recently?
I love them. I love them. I travel with them.
Yep.
I have a pair that I got a while back that I'm just like obsessed with.
I like it because they also could pass as real pants.
Yep.
Ooh.
Like they don't look like PJ pants, but they feel like PJ pants.
Yeah.
But you
Nice.
can just wear them as pants. It's great. I love
All
stuff
about
like
that.
MeUndies has a great offer for our viewers. For any first-time purchasers, when you purchase any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. To get your 15% off and first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/open. That's MeUndies.com/open.
Was that last word?
good.
Open.
There it is.
That's always I love, like, because some sponsors do other shows at Rooster Teeth, but I love how we have the promo code OPEN. It's just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's so funny to me. All right. So our question that we'll be asking the table, the group, the collective.
The people.
This is submitted by Nicole S. And Nicole asks, what job do you think you'd be really good at? Not including this one.
Oh, okay.
We're all bad at we're jobs. We know that.
Yeah, I couldn't put this one.
Hannah's the only one that's actually good at it. Here.
I go back and forth. I think in my head, I think I would be a good lawyer because both of my parents were lawyers. So like, part of me is like, well, maybe some of it's hereditary. Probably not. That's not how law works. So I don't know. I was raised by lawyers, so I'm definitely predisposed towards some of that. But I think I just always thought I was going to be a teacher. That was something I really cared about and I'm passionate about, and I think would be a very good. I'm very passionate about things. I would have loved to have taught like. I didn't take it while I was there, but when I was in high school, there was a film class.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that would have been amazing if I had been in high school and had been able to take, not knowing then that was something I would want to do, having a teacher who'd be really passionate about it and talk about it. All my English teachers were certainly really formative influences on me. So teaching, law, probably something using my English major in a more practical way.
What
would
subject do you
probably
think you would teach if you were a teacher?
Probably English or film. When I was in high school, though, I actually really loved art history. I studied art history a lot. I also, and just history in general.
Yeah.
I really love history. So I probably would have, any of that. Basically in like language arts or social studies probably would have been my thing, would be my guess.
It would
I don't
be
know.
a true calling.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about, like, obviously I love animals, but I don't think I'm not tough enough to be a vet. The people who can be vets are so strong. I'm not made of tough enough stuff to see hurting
People could
animals.
do anything in medicine.
Yeah, absolutely.
crazy.
I just I
Yeah.
do not have
Yeah.
that strength.
So as much as I love animals, maybe I'd be a animal lawyer.
My cat wants to sue me.
Yeah, not guilty. Although that would be tough too. I was thinking like, I would sue people who hurt animals, but that would be sad too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But I would go after them.
Oh, you would?
Because I love animals and I don't love a person who's not nice to them. So
Hannah,
You're
I'd be
also
out of blood.
animals.
Like Hannah fired up is like one of my favorite ways to see Hannah, just because she's just like just you better not get in her fucking way.
Which is
She will
funny because
destroy
she is
you.
just like
She's the
pure
sweetest
sugar.
person.
Normally, yeah, so sweet.
Well, it's because it takes me a long time, I think. For most part, if I'm angry, it's because I have a legitimate reason to be.
Really angry.
Or at least I feel like I have a legitimate reason.
Mr. Texas, thank you
What's
so
your
much.
what's your true
Yeah.
calling?
What would, well,
Or if you were,
Or you know what I mean.
what true calling?
One day I want to be a
Hopefully-
makeup artist.
The question is, what do you think you'd be good at? Like, what other thing would you be good at? Besides what you do
Yeah,
now?
if you weren't doing this. Sorry, we put you on the spot.
No, you did. That's okay.
Captured you.
Honestly, I think it would be food. Ooh. Like an actual chef, like working and like cooking. I love feeding people. So like I love cooking for my friends.
you
I like
come
make.
over more
I know. I wouldn't. I need to. I keep saying that I want to come over to people's homes and show you how to make things because I love sharing things. Like I think that when you get like. One of the best things you can get from your family or like anyone that you love or care about is a recipe.
Yeah.
So like I love making like stuff that my grandmother made or my mom makes and like I want to teach that stuff to people like so that it can always kind of just keep on going.
Yeah.
So I think probably food. I think just that would be something.
and that's an art. That's a form of art.
Yeah,
You're very
it's something
good
I've
at
never
artistic.
done. I cook obviously in it, but it's not professional at all. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like I mess everything up,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, okay, I messed that one up. But and I tend to not cook the way I should. Like,
But if you
measure
enjoy
things
it.
out, but I love it. I love doing it.
Well, there's also something very, very satisfying about putting a lot of time and work into something like cooking
Yeah.
for other people and then just seeing the payoff of that. I think someone who does that all the time is Mia Khalifa. She's
Oh, yeah.
an amazing
She's
cook.
insane.
And
I love her. For
Yeah,
that.
there's been times where like we'll go over on like a random Thursday night and she's literally cooking them this full meal and then at the end of it she's like sitting like by herself like on a stool just like watching all of us and she's just so happy.
Yeah.
It's like brings her so much joy and I get that because I feel the same way like
Okay,
very
yeah,
much
because you
like
cook a lot too.
cooking for people and just like the satisfaction that you get. And I'm super hard on myself when I cook too. Because I'm always like, oh, I fucked this up or I fucked that up. And then just hearing people being like, oh, I thought it was amazing.
Your veggie chili.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I made chili the
Oh.
other day and I was like, well, I have meat chili for myself, but like Hannah's coming over. And so I was like, I'm just going to make her like a little veggie chili on the side.
It was so good.
Oh,
so
I'm
good.
so glad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that would be food. Probably just
Yeah.
cooking for people. That would be like
Chef
my next
Texas
calling.
is a great
So,
Ooh, yeah.
you know,
Chef
so we
Texas.
should all get
Alternative
together
universe.
and cook together. Or something.
Yeah.
You don't want me there.
Yes.
Me neither.
You can make drinks.
Okay, perfect.
I'll cut
I'll trade you.
whatever vegetable you need.
Yeah.
Will you
Yeah.
julienne some carrots for me?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Is that like when you like make it really thin? And,
Just like thin
Curly?
strips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
I
you
was
did
like,
it.
I'm
Pop
taking a shot in
quiz.
the dark here.
Yeah.
You did it.
I can make spaghetti.
Patrick, what would you do?
So I think that I would be a really good jockey. Because like I love horses. I'm tiny.
Okay.
But I hear the only downside is that I hear that you have to like be like
Sorry, there's a mosquito.
bulimic.
Oh, because they got to be
you get
really
it?
tiny.
You have to be like.
Oh, you got it.
Yay!
Sorry, we
there's
just killed the mosquito.
Fuck you.
Get out
You are
of
my
here.
trying to get
nemesis.
Hannah.
It was trying to suck
Mosquito.
my blood.
It came close to me.
That's for me, not for you, mosquito.
Yeah, I hear there's like a lot of eating disorders in the
no.
jockey
Jockey,
community.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because you have to be like really
Tiny,
thin.
yeah, and lightweight, yeah.
But yeah, most of them are like around 5 feet, so I might be too big.
You're too.
I'm too big.
You're
to
what,
be
five,
Too tall.
6?
5'5". 5'5" and 3/4.
Oh,
yeah.
That's almost 5'6".
Basically 5'6".
You could like
Yeah.
cut your knees. You could like
Yeah, just
knee surgery, just like cut them out.
who needs them? You don't really need to have a bendy part of your leg.
No, you could just mount the horse
Just-
like this. Just,
No, but I think it would be really fun. I love horses. I've always loved riding horses. And,
That's awesome.
I think
Have
I
you
would do
ever
something
done any like
horse-related.
professional horse
No.
stuff?
I've probably ridden a horse 5 times in my life. So just like, randomly going out and like, we had some exchange students stay at my house when I was a kid and we went horseback riding for the first time and I was like, I love this. Like, so I would love to do something involving horses. Like if I worked at like a horse farm or.
Yeah. I feel like we should do a documentary on jockeys now.
Ooh.
That would be really
Do
interesting.
you want to become a
understand-
jockey?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
Patrick's road to becoming a jockey.
Ooh.
Could you imagine the diet? Like I would hate it. I would just be like, I need a Rice Krispie treat. I love Rice Krispie treats.
Slap it out of your hand.
Good.
funny.
They're very tasty.
I have always wanted to learn more, and I've always thought I would have been very good at being a mechanic.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could see
Because
it.
I was obsessed with watching my dad work on. My dad's not a mechanic, and he's a fucking veterinarian, but he would always like do his own oil changes and stuff like that. And I was always just like, anytime he was out working on his cars, I was just so obsessed with watching him do it. And I love being able to solve a problem, especially if it's something that like pays off so quickly. Like you can turn something on and it works. So there's been so many times where like not just like anything like appliances and anything electrical. If I can like get my hands on it and make it work, like it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
And I always thought it would be cool if I had an unassuming like just car shop named like Moe's or something.
Moe's
You
car
walk
shop.
in, you're like, "Where's Mo?" I'm like,
And you walk
I'm
out.
Mo.
"I'm Mo."
She wants some tobacco.
Yeah. What up? What's up, little lady? No, but I'm just always like, I think it's like getting something to work when you think it's.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get it
Yeah.
to work.
I get that because I moved in with a friend of mine. It's a really old house, and like half the light switches didn't work. And I would just like have a random Saturday, and I'd be like pulling it off. I popped a light switch once. I unscrewed it. I found out what was wrong. I twisted it back together. I put a zip tie around it, stuck it back
Yeah.
in the wall, did all this stuff. I was telling John Mays about it, and he was like, "You should call an electrician.
Yeah, probably.
That's gonna set on fire." And I was
Yeah.
like, "It's fine.
That
It
kind
works
I
now."
do not fuck with that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm
Electrical work.
very-
Yeah, stuff like that I would
It's
do.
fun.
Just like the satisfaction. I guess
It is fun.
the stubbornness is like I'm super stubborn,
Yeah.
and I'm also super cheap. So like if I can find a way to fix something before I have to call someone, I'd much rather do it. Like the other day, my dishwasher, like the door wasn't closing right, so I pulled the whole fucking thing out of it. I was like looking at the door, taking it apart, and got it to work, and I was just like, saved myself $50. All right,
Damn,
Mo.
probably more than
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I
Like
feel
doing
like
shit like that.
I
Fixer
would-
upper, man.
I would have gone one or two ways, I think. When I was in high school and part of college, I used to dabble in graphic design, but like never to the point where I would learn Photoshop or anything like that. But I always felt like I really loved designing things. I've always felt like I had a pretty good eye for like design and color and the way things flow, especially like in imagery. So I feel like that's something I would have focused on.
Yeah, I can see it.
But more so now than ever, I've felt this like extreme empathy for people who are like of teenage age, especially growing up through high school and early college years. So I feel like I'd want to do either therapy or like some type of guidance counseling or work for
Oh my
like,
God, you would be the
Yeah.
best
Yeah,
high school
that'd be- yeah.
counselor.
I feel like that is something I would really find a lot of joy and fulfillment out of
Oh,
that I
yeah.
never really
Yeah.
thought of growing up. And I think a lot of that comes from having like a younger brother and seeing him grow up and also just like our audience being young and
Yeah.
being bullied or struggling through different issues and just wanting to be like, I want to help you. I want to be someone you could talk to. So yeah, I think that might have been a different life.
Yeah.
Or maybe a future life. Who knows?
You never
It's
know.
never too late, as you said
It's
earlier.
never too late.
I would love that if you're just like high school counselor.
Yeah.
Everyone calls you Miss B.
Miss B.
Miss B.
And I'm like, sup, punks.
You're like, all right, little fucker, sit down.
Let me tell you straight. I've also picked up smoking for some reason.
This is so
Really good role model. Yeah.
I've actually considered, I don't know if I have time.
I've actually considered picking it up.
Why not? Don't smoke.
Don't do
Not
it.
good for you.
Bad.
But I've actually considered, depending on how timing works out with everything going on in this next year, I actually really want to join up with Big Brothers and Sisters of Austin
Yeah.
and just like mentor someone who needs it.
Absolutely.
I did that for after the election 2 years ago. I kind of was feeling so just upset and very much like, what can I do to make myself feel better, make myself feel like I'm gonna have an impact. One of my best friends is a social worker here in town at an elementary school, and she was like, well, you know, like we have tons of migrant children who don't speak English, and we have a mentor program, and there's like, I mean, these are like little kids who like, they only speak Spanish. We need bilingual volunteers. She was like, you should think about it. And so for 2 years I did it. I went and
I remember that, yeah.
yeah, I would like leave here randomly because I'd set an alarm to leave, and I'd just be like, I gotta go. And the first year I worked with a super sweet kid who was 6 years old. He was from Honduras, and he like didn't speak a word of English, but he was like the sweetest kid in the world. And we would literally just go and like play with Legos for an hour, you know.
I love
And it was
that.
like, she was like, oh, you have no idea like how much this is helping him. And I was like, shit, this is helping me. Like I get a break from like, you know, if I'm stressing at work, I'm stressing about whatever, like I get a break. I can just like sit here and like be in this moment and like play with some Legos and then like come back to work and like have a much better day.
Just giving like a couple of minutes of your day to somebody,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
could do so much.
Oh yeah, and it's such a huge impact for like not really a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So
Always
recommend it.
Always good to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do good things for each other.
Yep.
Speaking of
sweet.
good things for each other, we're gonna torture Patrick.
Oh,
Oh.
Do we have our beer
Our
ready?
beer is coming.
Oh, we're doing it.
Yes.
We're doing it.
So as you may or may not know, if you've been watching the show, we're trying out a new segment that I think we only did once with James.
We made James Willems do it last season.
Yeah, and he talked about pro wrestling,
Season.
which we also did in our test with Eric.
Yes.
A lot of people are passionate about wrestling.
That's true.
I didn't know that.
And so what our chosen contestant needs to do is they need to finish. It's not a whole beer. It's like a nice glass of beer
Yes.
within a minute, but also in that same minute needs to explain something that they are passionate about or that they really dislike. Basically, you're trying to convince us all of your.
You get your 1 minute soapbox, and you get
is
to
my chance.
scream about whatever you want to scream about.
Yes.
All right.
But you also have to finish a beer while doing
I
it.
think I could do it.
It's called Beer Me Out.
I have faith in you, sir.
Look at that beer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's like a whole pint. I didn't realize a whole pint.
Interesting.
If you don't get through it all the way.
No, I think we.
So he'll be drinking and then taking breaks to talk.
Drink,
So you
talk.
could choose.
Okay.
There's
some people-
all
During
sorts
a
of-
minute.
Yeah, there's all sorts of strategies you could take. You could
Just
chug the
chug
whole
and
beer
then talk.
Yeah, we're actually probably.
so. You
could
It
drink
would have
chug,
happened
drink
already,
chug.
but we're probably gonna do this on Extra Life too.
Yep.
All right, let's give it a go.
All right.
we
do
got our timer?
Have our 60 seconds ready? Yes, we do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What are you gonna talk about?
All right, today I'm going to be talking about why World of Warcraft was a great movie and it deserves a sequel.
Okay. And go.
All right, so World of Warcraft's totally awesome. The orc is really cool. They really develop all the characters.
Oh, he's
The
checking.
magic system's awesome. Special effects are really great. A lot of people overlook that. The mage was really cool. All his powers, awesome.
I feel like we're gonna need to burp him after
The female orc was really cool. Everybody liked her a lot. You really felt for the bad guys. You felt for both characters, good and bad. They developed the world really well. Awesome job with everything there. Oh, still got 30 seconds.
Oh, you're good. You're
doing
only
great.
halfway through.
Yeah.
Listen, we need a second one on that because they didn't really develop the story. They didn't really develop the story with the main character, whose name I forget at this time. They really delved more into the orc story, which was really cool because you got to see that side of it. But I would need to know more about,
15.
Oh, sorry.
You got it. You got it.
It's a really good movie. Let's do it again.
6,
5,
5,
4, 3.
3.
Get it out. Last thing you gotta say.
World of Warcraft 2.
Excellent.
That was
Excellent.
amazing.
That
you.
is impressive.
Thanks.
That was
very
great.
I can't remember much of the movie while I was checking the beer, but it's a good
know.
one.
That was great. I'm so proud of you.
I'm impressed.
That was also, I think, more beer than we had in the past. Because I think last time we
Well-
had like a solo cup, maybe.
Oh.
Well, who'd you have, James?
Yeah.
Come on.
And then Eric.
God, yeah.
They don't know how to
Please.
drink.
Finally got a real man do it. And then we'll have the realest man do it.
Oh
Yeesh.
yeah.
Me.
Yep.
All right. Great job.
That was
Wow.
good.
You
yeah.
did it. You
Impressive.
Yeah, now we
Congratulations.
kind of
Really.
want to check out that movie.
You should.
I have
It's really good. I've seen it like 3 times.
I've seen it once.
Hannah, what do you think?
What's your opinion on that?
Should we get you a
Paddington
beer?
Bear, World of Warcraft.
Paddington.
Wow.
By far.
Controversial.
Controversial hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take. Paddington 2 was better than World of Warcraft. I'm standing by
Respond
it.
to this episode, #always open. What did you prefer, Paddington or World of Warcraft?
I think we all know the answer.
Well,
You
before
can't do that with Paddington.
No.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
Just a P.
Just all right.
Yeah.
P.
It speaks for itself. All right, before we move on to our boy box of issues, I'm going to tell you about honey.
There you go.
Every time.
I use honey.
This episode of Always Open is brought to you by honey, which apparently Hannah
do
uses.
use it.
Yeah, I use this.
I didn't know that was the sponsor. I legitimately use it.
Nobody wants to feel like they're overpaying while shopping online, especially during the holidays. Gifts, travel, ugly sweaters, it all adds up. But did you know there's an easy way to always get the lowest prices? It's called honey. Honey is a free shopping tool that automatically saves you money by searching the internet for the best promo codes when you shop online. That means you get deals without even trying on your favorite sites. I don't know if that's the right wording. Without even trying on your favorite sites.
Without even
trying on your
On your favorite sites. Barbara needs a comma.
Syntax. Syntax is hard.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Have you used honey?
I use honey all the time.
Yeah.
Recently, I've been trying to get an office together in my home.
Very nice.
Because, like I said, I'm kind of running a business on the side now. So I need a lot of office space to do it.
Did you mention that?
What's the business on the side?
The coffee shop.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
like She's got low-key business. We don't know.
Yeah, you guys didn't know?
What is it?
Ariel's.
Moe's. It's Moe's. It's
Moe's.
the. It's the.
right.
Yes, the
mechanic shop.
Mechanic shop.
Yeah.
So I was like, been searching, and like you guys also know, I love to save money. I'm very frugal, and I love to.
I was trying to do it quietly. It's like the biggest burp.
he's still suffering
Recovering,
from that
yeah.
from that beer. But yeah, I love to save money, and I installed Honey on my browser a while ago, and then started buying stuff on Best Buy because
yeah.
I needed a keyboard and I needed a laptop stand and I needed all these things, and like it was super easy because it literally just pops up and it's like, hey, we have all these coupons. Do you want to apply them? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. And you click apply, and then like 10 seconds passes by, and it's like, it either tells you, you've already got the best price, like no buyer's remorse. That's how often I use it. I know exactly what they say to me. Or it'll be like, we saved you this much money. And I think like I bought a computer monitor a few days ago, and I think I literally saved like $30 with
Oh,
it,
wow.
with Honey.
And this is a free tool.
Yeah,
y'all.
it's free. Literally had to do nothing but install it.
Well, did you know that Honey has over 10 million users?
Oh, yes.
And has saved users an average of $28.61.
That was basically
That's what
super
you
close to
said.
what I said.
They have over 100,000 five-star reviews on the Google Chrome store. There's no reason not to add Honey to your browser today. I would agree. It's free. Listen to Meryl talk about it. Especially during the holidays when you're probably spending the most money. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/open. That's 2 words, joinhoney.com/open. Honey, the easiest way to save money while shopping online. And it's called Honey, which is so just
Cute.
I'm gonna do it.
You should. I use it legitimately just because I also love a deal. So
Yeah.
I love a deal.
Just love a deal.
if you love a deal,
I feel like I buy everything online now too.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Just everything.
yeah.
All right.
Time for
Oh,
boy.
is it time for the boy?
This one, I wrote this down. This one is from someone named Ashley. Her Twitter username is ash_time_low.
The box.
And she made the box.
Oh my gosh.
And it is incredible, and
It
I
is
love
incredible.
it. It's like, I don't know if you could tell on camera, but it's like knitted.
It is. It's incredible.
Like it's fabric,
and that's amazing.
and it's so cute.
There's so much talent. in
People
this
are so
community.
Do you like the
talented. It's
words?
unreal.
Yeah, all the words and stuff. Like, look at that.
Crazy.
So detailed.
I want to know how
so much
long that
talent.
took.
I know. And she,
It would
I
take
think
me
it was
10 years. I would never, and it would not even look a quarter that good.
I think it was in London that she gave it to us. Yeah, it was somewhere overseas. So
Bravo.
we managed to get it back all in one piece, which is another.
A feat.
Yeah.
An accomplishment.
So thank you, Ashley. We love it. All right.
All right.
Box of issues. My boyfriend of nearly 1 year and I have recently and amicably decided to split up. He has always been very career-oriented and may be starting a new internship that may require him to leave fairly soon, whereas I still have nearly 4 years on my contract left to go. We're both military. From there, we both have ideas of where we want to go, but it's still mainly unsure. Going forward, neither of us are looking to pursue different relationships with anybody, and we have decided to remain friends. Soon we will be having a talk in order to set boundaries as far as how we do so. This being said, my question for you is, do you guys believe in the right person at the wrong time? Him and I both agree that stranger things have happened before than people ever getting back together. However, being realistic, we recognize that people are always changing and growing. P.S. I'm 20 and he is 23, so obviously it's a big time for growth and individual self-discovery. So basically, ultimately, right person, wrong time.
Yeah, I think it's really, like the last part is really cool, the fact that she knows that they're both very young and they have a lot of growing to do. It is funny that I also have a very similar situation that I'm in right now.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm seeing somebody that I've known for 10 years, but we just started dating a couple months ago. So
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, we've known each other forever, just didn't work out, it was the wrong time. He had a boyfriend or I had a boyfriend or just, we weren't
And also,
dating.
you probably never even saw each other that way, right?
Yeah,
Like, you
we were just friends. Yeah. And then he moved away for a couple years, then he moved back. We ran into each other, hung out a couple times, and now we've been seeing each other for a couple months. So
Wow.
yeah, it's definitely, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, how long have you known him? And I'm like, 10 years, but like we haven't been dating for 10
Yeah,
years.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Right.
Well, has it ever happened to you the opposite way where you were dating someone, but then something happened where you felt it was best to split up, but you're like, maybe in a couple of years it'd be better for us to get back together or revisit this?
I haven't, but I think it's possible, right?
I
Like,
mean, my 5th grade boyfriend definitely said,
Now's
"Do you
the
wanna
time.
Get back with me."
Yeah.
So I've been waiting. I've never, I think just because the relationships that I've had in the past were like, they all ended for reasons and not because it was just like, it didn't work out. Not because, like, this isn't a relationship that's ending because it's not working out. It's
Right.
ending because, like, they're going in different directions, which I think is fine too.
especially at that age.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially being so young. Like, you don't always have to break up and hate each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or break up and like not have feelings for each other. There's all sorts of reasons why something might end, but I mean, I think that's completely valid. But I also wouldn't hold on to that hope, like, and
Yeah.
just
Right.
like
As that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think if you are going to spend this time apart or like forever apart, you know, you should really be trying, like she said, this is a period of self-discovery, and you could be out there and you could, you know, be really understanding what you want in a partner, and not just kind of holding on to like, oh man, well, you know, if I what if I meet someone new, but like he's still out there, like what, you know,
You don't want to limit yourself.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely do believe, though, in right person at the wrong time, because I think that it's very possible to meet and even fall in love with someone when you're about to experience significant change in your life, whether it's moving to a different country or starting a new career or whatever it is. And
Yeah.
it's kind of heartbreaking if you meet someone who you feel like you could really have a future with, but you have to end it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I actually have told the story in the past, but I'm going to tell it again because I love it so much. I was in an Uber one time, and I was talking to the driver, and he mentioned that he was going to be moving to Hawaii soon. And he had been married for like 35 years, recently divorced. He has like 4 kids. I was like, oh, why are you moving to Hawaii? And he said when he was in his teens, his late teens, early 20s, he was in the military, and he was in Hawaii, and he met this woman who he fell madly in love with. And how they had this like crazy summer together. It was passionate, it was amazing. And like he ended up moving away, and they ended up, you know, stopping that relationship. And then he went on, moved on, got married, had kids. That relationship didn't work out. And then all of a sudden this woman popped into his brain. And he was like, I don't have her contact info. I don't know her number, where she's living. But he remembered that her mom would still have a landline because
Wow.
older people have
Right.
landlines. So he called that house, left a message, and then a few minutes later he gets a text message from a number he didn't recognize that said, "Be still my heart." And it was this woman in Hawaii
Every
who,
time
like,
I get chills.
yeah, who like hadn't moved, like she probably had relationships and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
but she was single, and like they started talking again, and he like decided to move his whole life to Hawaii to be
Wow.
with her.
That's so cool.
And so like it's always possible.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Well,
Yeah.
that reminds me, and I'm surprised that I didn't think about this earlier, but my mother, who is divorced from my father, recently started a relationship with her first boyfriend from middle school.
Wow.
So they're like, you know, and he lives in a different state. They're just like
Wow.
talking over the phone, and she went and visited him recently. And they're like dating, and like that was her very first boyfriend when she was like 12 years old. And now, even through a husband,
my gosh.
she's
Yeah.
like, and kids,
Yeah.
like she's got, so you never know. And it's been
know.
like 50 years.
Right
you know,
person,
like,
wrong time.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Very, very
Yeah.
possible.
Absolutely.
So I would say like, yeah, get rid of him, but live your life, and you might come back together.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're already breaking.
But yeah, definitely, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with what Meryl said of just like, don't be waiting around.
Yes.
And don't
Live your
not
life.
move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
live your life, but I think the fact that if you're ending on good terms, which it sounds like they are, it's much more likely that if the timing is right down the line, you're in a better position to maybe have it work out again. But I think that's the biggest thing, is like living your life without regrets and without sitting that on a pedestal and waiting to come back to it, and living just for the future that you're talking about, that you're in a period of change and growth. But yeah, I think that's exactly it. If you're ending on good terms and it's amicable, it's much more likely that
Right. Like live
down
like you're,
the line.
you're just
yeah.
gonna be friends.
Exactly.
But maybe that'll change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because especially a love like that or a friendship like that, you never truly forget about.
Right.
Like I'll always
Oh.
remember every boyfriend
the
I've
first-
had.
yeah, but especially
like,
the first
my first
couple.
love,
Yeah.
for sure. And I think most people do. So it'll always be in your mind, and something you could always revisit down the line if timing works out and situations work out.
Yeah.
And if it does, let us know.
Yeah.
Because that'd be quite a good story.
That's
That'd
a
be
good tale.
great.
That's a good tale.
Yeah, become an Uber driver and tell someone.
Yeah.
There you go. Tell someone.
That Hawaii story is so
Man,
cute.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Good luck to you. I don't think she left a name. Viewer.
I don't. Yeah. Viewer.
And if you have questions for us for the show, whether there are different prompts for the table or box of issues questions or shots you want us to do, anything like that, you could email us alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We also have a hotline you could call, which we promoted last week. We'll put the number here. You could call and leave us a message. Make sure you're prepared to tell us your question before you call in so that you're not just calling and hanging up on us, because a few people have done that and it's very sad.
Yeah, we get that all the time. We just don't do that.
But thank you guys so much for being here again.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks
It
for
was
having
great.
us.
It was great.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing that like show you
It was
face.
great. Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers out.